Have you ever wondered how this turns into this? Today, we are going to take you to a family-owned cacao farm over here on the east side of Oahu. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Gina from Ohana Eats, and we are at 21 Estates Cacao Farm. This farm boasts 10 acres of some of the most beautifully manicured plants. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get farming. So over here at 21 Estates, they offer once a month an opportunity for you to come help and volunteer and harvest cacao. They teach you everything that you need to know in order to grab the right cacao. Let's go see how the kids are doing. All right, so we're over here with Katie, and she is going to show us the correct cacao that you want to harvest.
Awesome. So when you think about a beautiful Hawaiian sunset, you've got these wonderful mustard yellows and red, vibrant orange as well. These are ones you want to take off the tree.
These are the two colors that you're looking for when you're cutting them off the tree.
Unfortunately, these were taken off too, but that's okay because we will use them as a good teaching tool. So this color turns to this, and then this green will turn to mustard. And that's the color changes with the cacao pods.
So after cutting the cacao pods off of the tree, you come over here and we have a cinder block and a pole. We are going to put our cacao pod right there. So the goal is to remove the seeds like this and leave the membrane behind. This is the membrane, so you don't want to take that. You only want to take the seed. That's what you're going for. So to give you an indication of what this feels like, it almost feels like the inside of a banana where it has that slightly slimy texture, but the interior part where it's connected, where the membrane is, reminds me of the tip of the banana, like almost the stringy parts. And you can see as it comes across on my finger, looks like one as well. Some of these pods are really huge. This one is really nice and ripe. So this is what the membrane looks like after you take all of the seeds off and you literally just toss it in the grass so it becomes compost. They said that we can actually taste one of these, so I'm gonna give it a try. Oh wow, okay. It's a little bit sour. It has the consistency of like a slightly unripe banana, and it actually has like a fragrance like a lychee. It's actually really good. All of the cacao pods have been opened, and we took all of the little cacao beads. The membranes have been removed, and now we have these buckets over here. So now it's going to take 7 to 12 days for these to dry out, ferment, and then they will turn into a cocoa bean before they are processed into chocolate. This is one of the drying racks that the wet pods are put onto in order to dry and ferment and turn into a cocoa bean like you might have seen before. One of the really neat things about 21 Estates is not only do they have tours, but they also have farm-to-table brunches and dinners, and get this, goat yoga. We're gonna go take a look at the goats and the farmhouse in just a second. So this is actually Casa Goat, where all of the yoga goats hang out, and as you can see, we have some friends here right now. So right outside the entrance, when you come into the driveway, you're gonna see this adorable little farmhouse. Inside, they have some of the chocolate and honey that is made from all of the products over here at the farm. Let's go inside. So there's two factories here that process the cacao beans from 21 Estate. The first one is Manoa and the second one is Madre. Now, the cool thing about this bar over here is that you'll notice it says it has elderflower and nibs. So the owner's family actually has a farm in Missouri where they grow elderflowers, which turn into elderberries. So they travel to Missouri, pick the flowers, dehydrate them, and bring them back with them to add them into these bars. So let's take a taste of both and see what the kids like. We're all gonna take a sample of the elderflower bar first.
Wait, that's 70% dark?
It doesn't taste it though, yeah?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, wow. So there's little nibs of cacao in here as well. The chocolate is really creamy. The little bits of elderflower on the outside have a slight crunchy texture, and they also kind of have just a little aromatic flavor, which sits on the back of your palate. What do you think, Guy?
I know, I just can't believe it's 70% dark because of how sweet it is. I normally don't like chocolate over 50% dark. This one is actually super good. It tastes like the actual cacao seed. Because when you crack open the cacao pod, there's little seeds inside and you can just suck on them. And they're like so good. It kind of like tastes like that. It's pretty cool.
Next up, we're gonna try the Manoa bar, which is 70% dark chocolate. It's in this cute little package, as you can see. First thing that I notice about this bar is that it does have the Manoa symbol in the middle, but it also has little decorations of kapa. So let's take a bite of this one. So cute. You ready? I love chocolate. So I absolutely love dark chocolate. I love chocolate, coconut. These are like all my favorite things, and this bar right here does not disappoint. The chocolate does have a slight hint of bitterness. It is creamy. It melts in your mouth. It almost reminds you of the way like a Hershey Kiss would sit on your tongue for a second and then just dissolve. It is that creamy. This is a really great bar of chocolate. Yet another way to just support a lot of the local places over here on Oahu.
Okay, it tastes really similar to the other one. So I'm still surprised that it's 70% dark chocolate. Super sweet. And she's right, it really does melt in your mouth. Yeah, it's just really good. And it has the same consistency and like texture of a Hershey Kiss.
Okay, so we're over here at 21 Estates Farm with the owner, Michael, and we're just gonna go over how this farm came about and exactly what happened in order to get him over here farming after a career in the military. So Michael, can you tell us the story?
Well, yeah, I can. 21 Degrees Estate, we picked that name very deliberately. The latitude of Oahu is 21 degrees north. Cacao can only be grown, generally speaking, plus or minus 20 degrees of the equator, essentially the Earth's tropical zone. It also means that Hawaii is the only U.S. state where one can grow cacao. Yes.
That is awesome. Now,
Yes.
do you grow anything besides cacao here?
I always say we have three main agricultural enterprises. The first is the cacao, that is number one. Number two is the honeybees making award-winning honey. And then the other one is very niche. It's olena, Hawaiian word for turmeric.
And then how often do you have people over here for volunteering to help with the crops?
Typically, we'll harvest cacao for 10 or 11 months out of the year, nearly the whole year.
Wow.
And during that time, we harvest basically every 3 weeks. Thank God for the volunteers. Many hands make little work.
That's so true. And then I did hear that you also have some other events that happen over here at 21 Estates. Is that true?
Our number one thing to do is tour and tasting. The next standard event we do, our official name is Cocoa and Flow, also known as Goat Yoga. It's a wellness workshop that we change up every time. It's a mini farm tour with me. It's a mini chocolate tasting, many small plates from the farm.
Oh, that is so nice. What are your hours of operation and how can people go on a tour with you?
We're basically open by appointment only, and the best way to find out when the events are is either our webpage, 21degreesestate.com, or Facebook, and that's 21 Degrees Estate Cacao Farm.
That is awesome. And thank you so much for having us here today. We totally appreciate it. It was a beautiful learning experience.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for coming and helping out. It's great to have a bunch of great people who come here, so it's a lot of fun from our perspective to have all these great people come. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Wonderful.
So that is basically wrapping up our tour of 21 Estates Farm. So if you're on the island of Oahu, make sure you check out 21 Degrees Estates. You have to find out the whole process on how the chocolate bar came to be. They also have farm-to-table brunches and dinners throughout the month, and I will throw the links for everywhere down below. As always, stay safe and aloha.